Introduction to the 4 basic safety courses. At the end of this module, the students will be able to identify the common different types of emergency in a ship, describe symptoms of different illness, explain the significance of first aid. Unit topic: Basic firefighting and fire prevention, elementary first aid, personal survival techniques, personal safety and social responsibility, fun and interesting facts. The first cruise ship. The Prinzessin Victoria Louise, a German passenger ship of the Hamburg America Line, was the first official cruise ship to set sail in the summer of 1900. Though its size is more similar to a private yacht than to any modern liner, the Prinzessin was revolutionary in its idea that passengers could revel in idyllic destinations from the comfort of a luxury ship. Basic firefighting and fire prevention. Types of emergency on board ship. Fire. Man overboard. Medical emergency. Major oil spill, pollution. Essential equipment failure. Collision. Grounding. Foundering. Terminologies related to fire. Fire. Combustion or burning, in which substance combine chemically with oxygen from the air and typically give out bright light, heat and smoke. Firefighting team is a group of crewmen selected by the master for their special training to deal with emergency like fire. Alpha. Code for fire on board. Fire extinguisher is an active fire protection device used to extinguish or control small fires, often in emergency situations. Fire alarm system. Devices working together to detect and warn people through visual and audio appliances when smoke, fire, carbon monoxide or other emergencies are present. These alarms may be activated automatically. X. Fire sprinkle, smoke detector alarm, heat detectors. Fire screen door is a door with a fire resistance rating, sometimes referred to as a fire protection rating for closures. Used as part of a passive fire protection system to reduce the spread of fire and smoke between separate compartments of a structure. Emergency escape route. A planned means of escape from a dangerous situation. To provide means of escape so that persons on board can safely and swiftly escape to the lifeboat and life raft embarkation deck. Fire on board. Actions to be taken. As soon as a fire is detected, several actions should be taken to ensure the safety of the vessel and the personnel. Notify the bridge. Extinguish the fire if safe for you to do so. Close the fire screen door. Wait for the fire team to arrive. General alarm should be sounded. Fire party should muster. The fire should be isolated by closing ventilation system, skylights, doors, boundary cooling, etc. A fire on board may happen in every vessel and has to be managed not only successfully, but also quickly, in order to prevent larger damages or even loss of vessel, crew and guest, which could happen if the fire spreads. Fire on board is one of the most dangerous emergencies for a vessel. Elementary first aid. STCW, Elementary First Aid, EFA, is designed to form part of the minimum basic safety training programme for seafarers. The aim of the course is to give all persons intending to go to sea a basic knowledge of the immediate action to be taken upon encountering an accident or other medical emergencies at sea. Objective of first aid. 1. To alleviate suffering. 2. To prevent added injury or danger. 3. To prolong life. First aid. An immediate care given to a person who has been injured or suddenly taken ill before medical and surgical assistance is available. It is given to prevent death or further injury. First aid must be administered immediately to restore breathing and heartbeat, control bleeding, remove poisons, prevent further injury to the patient. Emergency checklist, important things to be checked immediately. Accident situation. Hazards to oneself and to other. Unconsciousness. Respiratory arrest. Severe bleeding. Rescue of casualty and notification of emergency. ABCs of life. Airway. Open the airway by gently lifting the chin. This moves the jaw forward and tilts the head backward. This allows air to enter through the nose and mouth into the lungs. Breathing. Look for the person's chest to rise and fall. Listen for the sounds of inhaled or exhaled air. Feel for exhaled air by putting your ear near the person's mouth. Circulation. Feel for pulse by gently pressing 2 fingers, do not use thumb, on the person's neck between the Adam's apple. Personal survival techniques. Safety, above all, is the most important factor to observe while in training and working on board. It is vital to avoid accidents that may result to personal injury, damage to property and environment, or ultimately death. Information about maritime safety are found on the FF. Sources: training manuals, company safety manuals, SOLAS, ISM code, trainings and drills, computer-based training software, regular training drills. If an emergency occurs, such as fire, every crew member must act quickly and appropriately. Regular training and drills provide realistic situation for practicing skills with emergency equipment and procedures. By taking part in regular trainings and drills, crew members gain confidence and understand more clearly their duties and how they fit into the emergency teams. Preparedness for any emergency. You must be prepared to respond to an emergency at any time during the day or night. The muster list, station bill, specifies the emergency duties of each crew member. Crew member must also know the 1. Location of their own life jacket and spare life jackets. 2. Location of fire alarm controls, escape routes. 3. Consequences of panic. Emergency techniques. 4 categories. When called to emergency stations, muster station. When ordered to abandon ship. When in the water, floating. When aboard a survival craft. Dangers to survivor associated with the environment. Hypothermia. Shark. Hunger. Dehydration. IMO emergency symbols and signs. Personal safety and social responsibility. Safe working practices. Safe working analysis. Identifying hazards that might occur. Making sure the person involved in the work is aware of all of its potential danger. Preventing accidents. Shipboard hazard. Slippery surface. Stairways, ladders. Low overhead entrance. Moving machinery. Mooring lines. Hot surface. Electrical hazard. Enclosed spaces. Storage areas. What is personal protective equipment? Personal protective equipment, commonly referred to as PPE, is equipment worn to minimize exposure to hazards that cause serious workplace injuries and illnesses. These injuries and illnesses may result from contact with chemical, radiological, physical, electrical, mechanical, or other workplace hazards. Personal safety and protective equipment. Helmet. Safety glass. Gloves. Ear protection. Coveralls. Safety boots, shoe. Thank you for listening.